Augustine said, the New Testament is in the Old concealed, and the Old is in the New revealed. I think that's a great statement. If we're reading the New Testament and we don't know the Old Testament, we really can't understand the New Testament without understanding the Old, because it's a story of prophecy and a fulfillment. We have in the Old Testament, events like the Exodus. We have institutions like the tabernacle and the temple and the priesthood and the sacrifices. And we have persons such as David and Abraham. Well, they're all fulfilled in the New Testament, aren't they? In the New Testament, the Exodus of the Old Testament becomes a type of the new Exodus, the redemption that's in Jesus Christ. The Old Testament sacrifices are fulfilled in the sacrifice of Jesus. The temple is fulfilled in Jesus being the true temple and the people of God being the true temple, and indeed, ultimately the whole world becoming the new temple. And Jesus is the true Abraham, really, and the true David, and so forth, and so on. So I think it's pretty clear that if you don't read and understand the Old Testament, you can't understand the New. One of my favorite examples of this is the book of Revelation, because today many people read the book of Revelation as if it were newspaper eschatology. We just read the newspaper, we read what's going on today, and that's how we interpret it. But the book of Revelation is infused, almost every verse, with Old Testament allusions. The key to understanding the book of Revelation is really knowing the Old Testament. But most of us don't know the Old Testament, and therefore understanding the book of Revelation is difficult for us. It's a challenge for us. But of course, that's not just true of the book of Revelation, is it? That's true of the entirety of the New Testament. It's always taking us back to the Old, to the structures, to the story, to the institutions, to the events, and to the persons. And so it's vital for us as Christians. Yes, we need to read the New Testament and to study it. But if we don't study and know the Old Testament, we won't grasp the profundity, the richness, the beauty of the revelation we have in Jesus Christ.